Whatculture.
I'm not sure if it's immediately obvious from my accent, but I am a British person. Now, there are a lot of British stereotypes out there held by American folk, and some of them are true. Look at me, I'm slightly posh, sarcastic, and I hate you. However, speaking as a native Brit, I'm here to dispel a few of the commonly held misconceptions about the great British public.
Hello.
I'm Adam from Whatculture.com, and here are 10 things Americans think all British people do. Number 10, we drink tea. Brits are as famous for being tea sippers as they are for breaking into fits of prudish tears at the sight of a slightly phallic sausage. And sure, tea is a common social lubricant, something to offer when people come over, but I hate tea. Most people I know don't drink it, and if anything, Brits are far more likely to ape their American cousins and develop an unhealthy addiction to coffee. Costas and Starbucks are everywhere in Britain, but dedicated tea houses, not so much. Number 9, we like to queue. I'm British, I know how to queue, says Martin Freeman in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is, weirdly, a stereotype that says a lot more about the accuser than the accusee. Brits don't think about queuing. We don't pride ourselves on it, we don't relish the opportunity to do it, we just don't kick up a fuss about it. Maybe we're slightly more patient, maybe our spirits are broken from living in places like Milton Keynes, but it says more about everyone else's inability to wait patiently, that they think that just because we do, that we rate it as part of our national identity. Number 8, we speak like the Queen. Okay, I'm not the best person to decry this particular cultural archetype, but we ain't all posh like a Madge. Sure, our Prime Minister is so posh that he once put his dick in a pig's mouth, but we don't all follow in his well-bred footsteps. Heightened RP is scarcely heard in Britain anymore amidst all the Cockneys, Geordies, Scousers, Manx, Mackhams, Brummies, and Ouija's. Know what all those are? Cool, moving on. Number 7, we send all our kids to posh schools. Again, one of the problems with most of our top-ranking government officials being from the toffer end of the privilege spectrum is that it creates this perception of British parents as the cruel sort banishing their sprogs to Eton, whereas huge swathes of the public go to state schools, all of which are served by headmasters and teachers who go beyond the pale to try and give kids a proper future. I mean, sure, here's a picture of my school in Jersey, but again, this isn't about me, people. Number 6, we obsess over the royals. Okay, this one's harder to deny considering that in the past few years the British public have humiliated ourselves at the royal wedding, embarrassed ourselves over the royal birth, and snivelled in deference over the Queen's Jubilee. But other than that, try to believe me when I say that most of us really don't care that much about the royals. Our newspapers are sickeningly deferential to Her Royal Madge and her brood of big tooth relations, but A, so is the media in America, and B, the vast majority of the general public are too busy being ground down by our everyday lives to give half a crap about the rich lady and her magic house. Number 5, we live in London, or on a postcard. Here are the two places that people think British people live. The cosmopolitan heart of the country, London, or an English country garden in Buckinghamshire. Sorry to dispel the romance, but here is Hull, this is Slough, step right up Milton Keynes, and how are you doing Leeds. There's a lot of grey area between the extremes of the big smoke and bucks, and I emphasise the word grey. Number 4, we eat awful food. Why does everyone think we eat steak and kidney pie for breakfast, lunch and dinner? Jamie Oliver, Tom Kerridge, the Hairy Bikers, British Bake Off, Gordon Ramsay, Heston Blumenthal. We have a huge global presence as great cooks, constantly reinventing British cuisine. So go yourself, everybody. Number 3, we maintain a stiff upper lip. Apparently a lot of people think that the Brits are still living in Victorian times, that even the act of wry smiling would break our faces wide open. Truth is, lots of the British are reserved, but believe me when I say this, the Jeremy Kyle show tells a very different story, and as anyone who's walked home in any British city at midnight on a Friday can tell you, lots of the British people are the shrieking, bellowing, vomiting type. Number 2, we go to the pub all the time. Okay, look, I know I just made the last point, but go with me here. A newer British stereotype that has risen to the fore in recent years is that we're all alcoholics. To be honest, of all the things on the list, it's probably the most accurate. The drinking culture in Great Britain is a teeny bit of a problem. But, you know, it's not all centred in the pub at least. Not when you can buy 6 cans for £5 and drink them in the park. Number 1, we all have bad teeth. I'm just going to put this picture of Austin Powers here. So, yes, I've got gigantic teeth, but they're damn straight, thank you very much. It's been a popular gag across the pond that people from the UK have awful teeth. Well, it turns out that not only is that not true, but according to a study published last year in the British Medical Journal conducted by equal parts British and American dentists, the UK on average has significantly higher dental hygiene than the US, with fewer stains, fewer cases of gum disease, and fewer missing teeth. Ha! Suck it, Uncle Sam, you and your false rotting dentures. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from Whatculture.com, and I'll see you soon.